So the ninth test about Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy, which is version D, was the book found in the temple at Jerusalem by Hilkiah in 622 BC. Friedman contends that this book was probably dictated by Jeremiah. Not written, but dictated. Baruch did the writing. Biblical scholars claim that King Josiah used the book to instigate religious reforms throughout his kingdom. It is reasonable to assume that the wealthy Laban, who associated with the elders of the city of Jerusalem, would have been in possession of such a religious code, and he would have had it inscribed on the plates alongside other sacred records. Laban appears to have been an influential member of the Kingdom of Israel refugee community that settled in Jerusalem after the kingdom's fall in 722 BC. So, here's the suggestion about Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a priest from the order of priests that had been at Shiloh in the north, in the kingdom of Israel, and he was part of the same refugee community that included Lehi and Laban. If Jeremiah dictated Deuteronomy, undoubtedly Laban had possession of a copy of it. The Book of Mormon account that Deuteronomy was recorded on the brass plates is in harmony with the evidence of biblical scholarship. Had Nephi's claim of having seen the 5 books of Moses occurred just 25 years before, current biblical evidence could be used to dismiss the Book of Mormon as a fraud. But as it is, just the opposite is the case. Nephi left Jerusalem with a copy of the 5 books of Moses before the destruction by King Nebuchadnezzar. Documentary hypothesis evidence would imply that such an assertion could only be true if the initial author of the book left Jerusalem between 622 BC and when Deuteronomy was discovered in the temple about 587 BC, the year Jerusalem was destroyed. The Book of Mormon records that Nephi left Jerusalem about 597 BC. Perfect time, since biblical scholars have determined that Deuteronomy was discovered in Jerusalem in 622 BC. The Book of Mormon's original author must have placed in or around Jerusalem at the time Nephi claims his family left the city. Historical evidence regarding Deuteronomy's authorship wasn't even known in the 1820s when Joseph Smith translated the Book of Mormon. Yet evidence mandates that Nephi had to have been in Jerusalem at that time he claims he was, in order for there to be 5 books of Moses. In summary, the leading school of biblical scholarship, documentary hypothesis, provides compelling evidence, linguistic, iconographic, and historical, that can be used to show that the authors of the Book of Mormon came from descendants of the kingdom of Israel, and that these descendants who came from the northern kingdom of Israel were intimately aware of the theological and political communities of Jerusalem in 600 BC. That's the power of the documentary hypothesis in biblical scholarship when we seek to explore the issues and the meanings of the Book of Mormon. There are no contradictions here. There is beautiful internal consistency within the pages of the Book of Mormon, and there's beautiful external consistency with the details of the biblical scholarship concerning the different versions of the Bible, and who was pro-Israel, who was pro-Judah, who was pro-Jeremiah and negative Jeremiah, and who was pro-version P and anti-version P in the priestly sources. And the Book of Mormon matches all of the criteria all the way through. Well, I think that's fascinating. I think that's remarkable. So this gives us another source of encouragement to study with biblical scholarship, to understand the implications and the power of their reasoning and their analysis of the historical situations, the political situations, the religious situations, the cultural situations. See, this is part of the power of Brant Gardner's commentary. He does just precisely that as he goes through his commentary on the Book of Mormon. So, anyway, that's the wrap up of the brass plates. You'll never read that the same again, will you? Those brass plates are a truly important piece to the puzzle concerning the authenticity of the Book of Mormon, and it shines through powerfully.